Good afternoon and welcome to today's session of Imagine America Radio, our continuing Career College Exposition webinar series. My name is Lee Doubleday and I'm the Director of Operations here at the Imagine America Foundation. I'm excited about today's topic, College to Career with Bryant Stratton College. Bryant Stratton College is this country's leading provider of high-quality, career-focused education at 20 campuses located throughout Virginia, Ohio, New York, Wisconsin, and with an online division. Bryant Stratton College is also a brand new partner of the Imagine America Scholarship and Award programs, so your students can now apply for a scholarship to attend Bryant Stratton College. If you would like more information about our scholarship programs and how your students can apply, please contact me after the presentation is over or visit our website, which is www.imagine-america.org. Since our beginning in 1999, Imagine America remains a leading sponsor of scholarship aid to enrolling high school students. However, our country faces a serious shortage in certified technicians. We hear from employers in virtually all sections of the country desperately looking for qualified employees, so we need to do more. Our partner in today's presentation again is Bryant Stratton College. And joining us today to discuss in detail the looming technician shortage and how Bryant Stratton College is helping meet this need is Crystal Morgan. Crystal has been working in admissions in high schools for over 15 years. But before turning the program over to Crystal, let me outline today's agenda. Today's session of Imagine America Radio will be 30 minutes maximum, with question and answers at the end of the presentation. All participants can submit questions while the presentation is in session via the Q&A feature in the Zoom meeting, or the chat box will do as well. We will have a hard close at 2:30 p.m. So, without taking any more time out of today's presentation, let me turn today's session over to Crystal Morgan. Crystal, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Lee. Well, good afternoon, everyone. As Lee said, my name is Crystal Morgan. I'm with Bryant Stratton College. And today I'm going to talk to you about the challenges facing the healthcare workforce, opportunities in the healthcare industry, as well as Bryant Stratton College's path to college and career success. It's important now more than ever to consider how your students' education will prepare them for the workforce that's ever evolving. Just taking a quick glimpse between the 1900s and now, you can see how the service industry has continued to grow and many of the other career sectors have continued to diminish. Healthcare certainly falls into that service industry, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. The gap between healthcare job openings and hires is growing, and the growth in new job openings isn't done yet. Employment in healthcare occupations is projected to grow 15% from 2019 to 2029, which is much faster than the average for all occupations, adding about 2.4 million new jobs. Healthcare occupations are projected to add more jobs than any other occupational group. This projected growth is mainly due to an aging population, which is leading to greater demand for healthcare services. Job openings in healthcare are projected to soar to nearly 1.3 million by 2026. The wave of retiring nurses is creating a growing number of vacancies. And what we've recognized is it's a growing number of hard to fill vacancies. According to the United States Registered Nurse Workforce Report Card and Shortage Forecast, back in 2018, they shared that a shortage of registered nurses is projected to spread across the country between 2016 and 2030. A new graduate nurse cannot replace a veteran nurse with decades of institutional and professional knowledge, along with years of specialty training and practice. This makes it even more so critical to generate the supply quickly so that they can be trained and practiced to mitigate the loss of experience via the retirement wave. We know that healthcare education will mitigate supply loss of experienced healthcare workers and RNs. In 2010, the Institute of Medicine set a goal of having 80% of the nursing workforce hold at least a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing degree by 2020. And currently, 56% of nurses have a bachelor's degree, so we have certainly fallen short of the goal, but are progressing towards it. This responds to the decline in experienced nurses via retirement. It responds to the increasing complexity of care. It responds to hospitals hoping to earn magnet status that must provide proof of plans to increase their BSN workforce. And BSN prepared nurses experience better patient outcomes and higher competency in nursing practice, as well as increased skills in communication, leadership, professional integration, as well as research and evaluation. So when we take a look at career growth between 2019 and 2029 in the United States, healthcare jobs will grow 15%. LPN jobs alone will grow 9%. Nursing jobs will grow 7%. And all jobs, including those healthcare opportunities, will grow at 3.7%. So just keep in mind, that percentage is definitely a lot higher based on the need for those healthcare workers. When we take a look at the median earnings in the United States, the median earning for all other career opportunities is $19.30 per hour, $22.83 per hour for LPN jobs, and $35.24 per hour for RN jobs. Based on that, you can see with the need for career opportunities to be filled and the salary expectations and opportunities that exist, you can certainly see why many students are gravitating towards the healthcare industry. Growing the healthcare workforce via skilled focused education can really help to address these challenges. The old way of thinking is let's get into a college, get a solid education, earn a degree, and start the job search process. The new way of thinking is let's get into a good and satisfying career. And from there, many students start to work backwards. So what jobs may I be a good fit for? Can I get that hands-on level of experience? Can I gain those skills that employers need and are looking for? And when you think about that, the number one reason that college graduates don't get hired is lack of experience. And so with that skill-focused education, we have the ability to address a lot of those challenges. So as we've talked about the challenges facing the healthcare workforce, I want to talk about the opportunities in the healthcare industry. Today's healthcare industry needs an infusion of new nurses. That's no secret. 1.6 million current job openings exist for nurses, with a projected growth in demand of 19% by 2024. There is a significant need for educated nurses with skills such as networking, professional integration, teamwork, research and evaluation, adaptability, critical thinking and creative problem solving, communication, conflict resolution, leadership, and for those who are looking to go in a more clinical position, patient care. The demand in healthcare provides various career opportunities depending on a person's preference and/or goals. Many things are factored into that, such as what type of setting do they want to be in? Are they thinking perhaps they want to work in an ER or urgent care? Do they want to be more in like a family practice? What type of work or field do they want to get into? Are they thinking there's a specialty that's a little more appealing to them? This really provides an opportunity in healthcare education for students to take a phased approach to their education, really allowing them to experience the profession before deciding or investing in their next educational step, moving them through career progression. So you can see as an example, a student may start out as a medical assistant, move on to become a licensed practical nurse, ultimately then on to a registered nurse, begin working in the hospital setting or doctor's office setting as a nurse, and go on to earn that bachelor's of science in nursing. And again, for many employers, that's going to be a requirement within the first so many years of new nurses entering the career field. Some students start right at the LPN level and work their way up. Some students start at the RN level. They don't do that stackable approach, and others come directly in for their bachelor's. So it really is ultimately about what's best for the student and student experience. So as we think about those challenges, as we think about the opportunities that exist, I want to talk some about Bryant Stratton College's path to college and career success. First off, let's start with talking about who is Bryant Stratton College. First of all, I do want to share that we are regionally accredited by Middle States. We have been around since 1854, which is nearly 170 years of educating tomorrow's workforce. We have 19 building-based campuses nationwide, as well as an outstanding online division. Our campuses are located in Virginia, Ohio, Wisconsin, and New York. And today we're really focusing on our Ohio campuses located in Akron, Parma, and Solon. One of the other things we really pride ourselves on is top-notch career services assistance at all locations focused on preparing graduates for career procurement. When we think about the healthcare programs of study, one of the great things with the healthcare path, or any other path for that matter, is at Bryant Stratton College, we really focus on stackable degree options. As I mentioned earlier, taking that phased approach to really figure out what is the correct field. Does a student really benefit more from being clinical or non-clinical? Are they looking to go all the way for their bachelor's degree? So when you take a look at the programs of study here, you can see we have our diploma programs, which can be earned with 36 credits, our associate's degree, 60 credits, and our bachelor's degree, 120 credits. So you can see we have both clinical and non-clinical options, whether it's health services administration, medical assisting, LPN, nursing. You can see there's a ton of variety and multiple paths that the student can go. Our industry-aligned medical wing provides students with hands-on instruction that will help them gain real-world experience, an experience that today's healthcare employers need and are looking for. Students will study theory, learn assessment skills, learn and apply soft skills in a clinical classroom environment, which not only enhances their learning experience, but it prepares them for a successful transition into their healthcare careers. They do all of this under the instruction and guidance of highly experienced and qualified healthcare faculty. Students in our healthcare programs will complete any clinical or skills-oriented classes on site in a safe CDC-compliant environment. For all other programs and classes, Bryant Stratton College affords our students the opportunity to learn in a blended learning environment. There are two important components of our blended learning process. The first component is related to instruction. Our blended learning splits the instructional experience evenly between face-to-face class meetings and virtual instruction that occurs online. The second component is related to virtual online learning. Students will also be engaged in the online virtual environment to complete their homework, class preparation, and assignments. But the best part is the students are never alone. The online virtual components of the course can be completed based on the student's schedule, and they have the same instructor available for feedback, guidance, and support throughout all of their online virtual activities. When we ask our students what they find to be the blended learning's best feature, they talk about the support they receive. They have interaction with their classmates, interaction with their instructors, career services professionals there to help them along the way, access to computer labs, face-to-face connections, as well as 24/7 access to our virtual library and librarians, and on-campus and virtual tutoring. We also offer programs in the following fields. We have legal services, business, technology, and education. So much like I shared with you on the healthcare side, any student could take that stackable phase of going in, starting at a diploma to associates to a bachelor's level, and any of those career clusters. So if healthcare is not necessarily for them, but as you're listening, you think about a student who could benefit from that type of education or that type of an environment, we certainly have these other degree paths as well. I certainly don't want to forget to mention Bobcat Athletics. We do have obviously a strong academic presence for our students, but we also have an athletics program. In our Ohio market, we have men's baseball, women's softball, men and women's basketball, men and women's track and field, as well as VIT basketball, which would be our junior varsity men's basketball team. Why career-focused education? Cost, time, and relevance of courses are some of the reasons why more students in recent years have been enrolling in career education or vocational programs or in an associate's degree program. These courses provide a streamlined experience to obtaining the specialized skills necessary to either start their career or to switch jobs. When we think about the outcomes of career-focused education, 62% of recent grads are employed full-time compared with 54% of students nationally. 50% obtained what they consider to be a good job within 6 months of graduating versus 29% nationally. And 52% say their current work is completely related to their major versus 35% nationally. One of the great things that we talk to our students about is the Career Life Prep student experience, which means your students are never alone. Our admissions staff is here to support your students throughout the admissions process. We offer individual support with a mission of easing the stress of college decision processes while ensuring a strong dialogue about career fit and success versus solely focusing on the application. They will receive a personal admissions representative who will assist them along the way, helping them and supporting them to ensure that not only are they choosing the program that they may like the best, but the one that's truly going to be the best fit that's going to put them on the right career path. Our financial aid team offers second to none level of support throughout the financial aid process. So from answering questions to carefully and patiently outlining each student's financial aid plan, which includes grants, loans, and scholarships, our team's mission is to provide a level of support that takes the stress out of the financial aid experience. Once students have gone through their financial aid advisement and have decided they're ready to move forward with registering for classes, our academic teams from instructor to advisor are here to support the academic success of each student. Because we know the more successful your students are academically, the more likely they are to succeed professionally. Every student has access to an academic team that will go the extra mile to ensure their success. That does include free tutoring and advisement. And then finally, our career services team's primary mission is ensuring that every student and soon to be graduate is prepared for and supported through the career search. Our relationships within local communities provide robust opportunities for graduates regardless of program of study. So for example, we help with things like resume prep and assistance, interview prep, including mock interviews with actual employers, general career advisement, and assistance with locating and leveraging internship or practicum experience. So in our Cleveland market, where are our healthcare graduates getting hired? There's places like Cleveland Clinic, Akron General, University Hospitals, just to name a few. And for all of our non-healthcare related programs, we have employers that we have also networked in the local areas. So why should your students choose Bryant Stratton College to get their nursing degree or to begin on that healthcare journey? The affiliation and relationships with major hospitals in the area equals an exciting career opportunity. Practicum means your students get paired with an RM or other health professional to work individually to prepare them for graduation and their career. Small class sizes, which equals more attention and support and better hands-on experience. For our nursing program, there is no wait list, which means as soon as students have met the requirements and the assessments that are required for entry, they get started in their program immediately and graduate sooner. So there is no petitioning semester over semester to gain accessibility into the RN program. And we do offer NCLEX prep, which means get access to free ATI reviews and a success planner to make sure that the students are prepared to earn their license. So what are some of the ways that we can partner? We certainly want to give you the opportunity to partner in a format that works best for you and your students in engaging and informative workshops. We come out and talk with all students. So whether it's a business class, an English class, a government class, some of the topics that we talk with students about is resume writing and interview skills, your personality and career choice, social media in the real world, personal branding, budgeting, just to name a few. But we also have the ability to custom build workshops that meet the needs of the curriculum with teachers and counselors. Some of the other ways we can partner is by scheduling bus trips, whether virtual or in person. We're able to take your students on a tour so they can get a glimpse of college life, see and hear interesting information about their programs of interest, along with some of the other resources available. We can also host career days where we work with you to arrange for local employers to present and answer questions about careers in any of the fields in which we offer programs of study. Your students will be able to learn about the programs associated with their career interests and be able to ask questions of staff and faculty. Although we do participate in local college fairs, we can work with you to design a fair for your local campuses as well as online education. And I save the best for last, financial aid fairs. We hear all the time that students are just feeling a little underprepared for the financial aid process. So we work with all students in your classrooms, regardless of their level of interest in Bryant Stratton, to really host a financial aid information session, which is available to students and parents. And it really focuses on preparing for the financial aid process. Things like, how do I get my FSA ID? How do I submit my FAFSA? What type of documents are going to be needed? So we can work through all those items together. To learn more about workshop offerings or to book or schedule any of the activities that I just outlined, my contact information is listed below. I know it'll also be shared after today's presentation. So feel free to reach out and I can connect you with your local representatives. We want you to know that we recognize you play an important role. Counselors and teachers truly are the career catalysts who can help change and mold lives. You may be the only one giving students the real facts about college and career readiness. High school students need to learn and understand how high school prepares them for college and how college prepares them for a career. You may be the only one that provides the motivation needed to think about and pursue a successful life after high school, starting with attending college and deciding on what college is best for them. You are often the conduit between your student and the college or colleges that are the best fit for your student and their interest and or career aspirations. I certainly want to encourage you to research, follow us online. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our website is bryantstratton.edu, so you can go on and do that additional research. And for anyone who wants more information on our athletics programs, you can find that information at bscbobcats.com. With that, I definitely want to thank you for your time today, and I'm going to turn it back over to Lee.
Awesome. All right, great. We are going to throw up a poll question here. If you would like more information on any upcoming events for your high school seniors, please indicate so on the poll so that we know who to reach out to. We're talking about workshops, maybe virtual or in person, so that your students can learn a little bit more about how to fill out a FAFSA or social media responsibility, or maybe just more about Bryant Stratton's programs. It does look like a question has come in, Crystal. This person wants to know about GPA requirements in order to attend Bryant Stratton College. Are there GPA or SAT requirements in order to attend Bryant Stratton?
Excellent question. So the simple answer is no, we don't require certain GPA, SAT, or ACT requirements, but we certainly encourage students with those higher GPAs, ACT, and SAT scores to share that information with us because it may make them eligible for some academic scholarships.
Awesome. Okay, good. Now, the second question, this person wants to know, we get this question a lot about cost comparisons to community college or other options. Can you sort of talk a little bit about cost comparison, maybe program comparison to their local state schools?
Sure, absolutely. So I can tell you, certainly if someone was comparing us to say their local community college, if you just take a look at tuition, it is going to look as though, obviously tuition is higher for a private education. But I always say we are comparable if you're really looking at any other private education. And that private education affords more one-on-one personalized attention. The other thing I share is, although we can talk about cost, for students to really find out what they're eligible for, we need them to submit that FAFSA. Because with their FAFSA, it's going to give us a chance to put together a personalized financial plan for that family. And that's going to consist of various scholarship opportunities, various grant opportunities, and of course, then the loans that they may need for school. What we find is that we are pretty comparable in as far as award packages that we're offering to students. Um, but in many cases, students find that the cost isn't really the concern because they do have an opportunity to graduate sooner, which means while other students are still in school paying for their education, they've already graduated and they're out, working in their career or starting to begin, earn an income. So I think it all really works out in the end, but the best thing I can say is students who have financial questions certainly want to connect with us and get that FAFSA done so we could tell them exactly what their options are.
Great, fantastic. Okay, all right. Well, just before closing, just a few house cleaning items. Number one, we will be compiling and forwarding you the recording of this session. We also will be placing this session on our website, which again is www.imagine-america.org. And you will also be able to find our scholarship application process on there. Your seniors can apply for scholarship to go to Bryant Stratton College now. And there will be a quick survey after this presentation when you leave this meeting. So if you wouldn't mind providing any feedback for us, it's all welcomed. We really appreciate it. Before closing, I just want to thank you all for taking time out of out of your busy schedule today to join us. I also want to thank Crystal for sharing with us today's presentation and encourage each and every one of you to contact her directly with any future questions. I will include her contact information in the email with the recording that I send to you. On behalf of the Imagine America Foundation, Crystal and myself, I want to thank you and have a great day. Goodbye.